Before any words are said, I'm gonna chug this. Just like that, half of it is gone. Anyways, hi everyone, welcome back to today's video, and I'm so excited because you already know what's going on here. I'm choosing my November TBR, and that's crazy. I feel like October went by like that. It's still technically October when I'm filming this, but it's basically the end of it, and it's just crazy how fast time is going. Like, I'm not gonna keep talking about that because I say that in every single video. So today, obviously, choosing my November TBR, but we're gonna do things a little bit differently. I actually asked you guys if you guys wanted me to do the regular old TBR jar or if I should do something different and do the TBR spinning wheel. And actually, so far that one is winning, and I only gave it like hours to kind of collect votes, but that one's winning so far. So today I'm gonna be letting the TBR spinner wheel choose my November TBR. Now, I'm still gonna try to choose mostly fall books because this is kind of the last stretch of fall before we get into like the winter months, the Christmas books, all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna try my best to choose books that are mostly fall coded, but obviously with some of the prompts, it may not align, so we'll see how it goes. I don't remember all the books I had on my October TBR, but I will put them right here. Obviously, you can see some of them finished, most of them not though. That's just something I do quite often, I feel like, but there was a lot of stuff going on in October and still going on. I did finish some books that weren't even on my October TBR, which is also something I normally do. I always end up reading books that are not on my TBR. So with that in mind, I think I'm gonna choose like 8 books this time. I usually choose 4 to 6, but I'm gonna choose 8 because also we have Bookmas coming up. And quick thing for Bookmas, I don't know if I'm going to do the full 12 days because I'm just really busy and I have a full-time job and I have a lot of things that I have to do in my everyday life. Unfortunately, I wish I could just sit and read all day, but I just can't. It's just impossible. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing, I might cut it in half and do 6 videos. So every other day we would get a video, right? I think that would be better than stressing myself out and doing 12. Basically what that means is I probably will post on December 2nd, 4th, 6th, just the even numbers all the way to 12, and then that'll be 6. So I think that'll be easier for me. Who knows, I may change my mind, but I think that's what I'm gonna go with because that's just what works for me right now with my schedule and everything crazy right now. But without further ado, I'll stop yapping and let's get into choosing my November TBR. Since I film on my phone, I'm gonna be using my trusty iPad and hope that it will work. So I actually ended up downloading this app called Spin the Wheel, and I saved this copy of this wheel of the TBR jar prompts, but I decided to change some things in there. This wheel was kind of old. It was a lot of like 2021 stuff. There was also like different options like classics and stuff. I don't own any classics and I'm not going to read any classics. So we have an edited version of the wheel. Let's go ahead and spin for our first prompt. Cool. All right, what a great way to start this off. A big book, more than 500 pages. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know if any of these are over 500 pages. I know that saving 6 looks small, but the pages are very thin, so it may be. Nope, it is not over 500 pages. Okay. Ember in the Forest by Emily Gray. Okay, this one might be an option. It has a 520 something. I doubt that any of these are over 500 pages. Let's check The Institute by Stephen King. And this one will be good because it's actually on my fall TBR. Okay, this is an option. This has 527 pages. Arcania Academy. Oh, this is also an option. Definitely over, what, 500 pages? And let's also check Calabasas because I started this, did not finish it. This one is also over 500 pages. Okay, I kind of thought that, you know, it was going to be hard. We have Calabasas by R.F. Kuang for the first option. Arcania Academy, The Institute, and An Ember in the Forest. Okay, so I think immediately I want to read this, okay, because this is by an author that I've never heard of, kind of an indie author. So I want to read this eventually, but I don't think that this is something I want to read right at this moment, especially because I'm trying to prioritize the books that are on my fall TBR, and that's not one of them. Also, Arcania Academy, I don't think I want to read this right now, especially because it's starting a new series. So with that being said, we have two, I believe, standalones, Calabasas and The Institute by Stephen King. Okay, so here's the thing. I am planning on finishing Calabasas either way because I started it. But do I want to count this? I could, to kind of kill two birds with one stone, but I also really want to read The Institute this spooky season. Okay, I think I'm going to choose Calabasas because I've already started it, and I mentioned I was going to finish it anyway, so it'd be nice to actually finish my TBR for once. So the first book on my November TBR is going to be Calabasas. I only got to page 60, and it was good. It's just a book that you have to be in a certain mood for. And let's spin for the next prompt. Adult fantasy. Funny enough, I don't know if I have a lot of adult fantasies on this cart. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, I have a book that I can choose for this right away. Okay, for some reason, I forgot to add this book to my cart, but it's definitely on my fall TBR, and that is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I thought this was YA, but this is actually her debut adult fantasy book, I believe. Holland is told that she needs to find this alchemical heart before she dies. So with that, Alchemy of Secrets is going to be the second book on my November TBR. And let's go ahead and choose my third prompt and spin. Fall TBR, awesome. So kind of almost a free pick because there's a lot of books that I haven't read on my fall TBR yet. So I put these in my notes. Okay, for example, I have The Honeycrisp Inn, which is a short, like, cutesy book. I have, Falling Like Leaves, which I actually didn't get to. Where is it? Falling Like Leaves. Oh, yeah. Falling Like Leaves. I had chosen this last month. I did not get to it. So I think I'm going to be super basic and choose If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. I know everybody has been reading this book and loving it. So I want to jump on the bandwagon and see what it's all about. And the cover is just so cute. It reminds me of my dog, Marshall. It's so cute. People say that this is like Gilmore Girls. Have not seen Gilmore Girls, so I don't know how it's going to affect my experience. I don't know if I'll like it as much as other people, especially because I have not seen Gilmore Girls. But this is kind of like a single dad trope, and I actually really like single dad tropes. Michelle moves to this small town trying to run her mom's bed and breakfast, and she meets Cliff, who is a chef, and he's kind of the town's golden boy, and she's kind of like the black cat, kind of. And apparently this is a really good slow burn love story, which makes me really excited because I like slow burns. I feel like it just gives us time to be more attached to the character and like their relationship. So I'm really, really excited to give this a try. Time to spin for the fourth book. Animal Sidekick. Okay, I was kind of worried that this one was going to get chosen because, listen, I have no idea. Because the only animal sidekick that I can think of is Fourth Wing. So actually 3 of these books, I didn't look up all the books, but 3 of them have animal sidekicks, okay? So the first one I looked up was Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling, and she kind of has animal sidekicks in the form of 5 dragons. So I figured that would count pretty well. And also I did look up the Throne of Glass series, and there is apparently an animal sidekick, but this character named Manon has an animal sidekick, I think. That's kind of what they said. I know nothing about the series, and I really want to start it. But it's not the main character, so I feel like maybe this shouldn't count. I'm not really sure. But the last one, which I think that I'm probably going to end up choosing, is The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. Apparently our main character, Seraphine, has a sidekick dog named Pippin, and the dog also has 3 legs. I don't know if it's a boy or girl dog, but I guess it doesn't really matter. But this animal is a 3-legged dog, a vigilant protector, and present from the beginning. So I feel like this one counts the most because it's the main character sidekick. I'm gonna choose the Dagger in the Flame. And that's a really cute prompt. I didn't really think that I would find anything, but I'm glad I found something. Okay, 4 books down, 4 more to go. Let's see what we have next. 25 and 2025. This is also kind of a free pick because guess what? I haven't read a lot of the 25 books I wanted to read in 2025. I don't think I'm gonna choose Throne of Glass or Harry Potter or The Naturals because those are kind of very broad and long series, so I don't think I'm gonna choose those. I also have Daisy Hates, which I might be interested in because I know it's not a fall book, but it's different from these other ones. So I don't know, I may end up choosing that. Or I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone and choose The Maidens or Verity, which is also on my fall TBR. Or I could choose One by One by Frida McFadden because her books are really easy to get through. Or I could choose Quicksilver and figure out what the hype is about with that book. I'm also planning on doing an actual 24-hour readathon, so that's why I'm considering Quicksilver. It might be fun to read, especially if me and my sister Buddy read it. I think I'm gonna choose Quicksilver because a lot of people love this book, and I've heard it's spicy, and that's fine. As long as I go into it knowing that's fine. Have no idea what it's about. I know this dude's name is Kingfisher. I'm gonna actually look up the synopsis for Quicksilver. It follows a 24-year-old thief living in the desert realm who keeps her alchemical abilities hidden. Her life changes when she discovers an enchanting gauntlet and opens a portal to Yuvaya, a mystical realm home to the Fae. This links her fate to Kingfisher, a Fae warrior. Enemies to lovers? Romantasy, heart-stopping action, and blistering hot romance. I think I'm down. We're gonna add Quicksilver. I think that might be a fun book to try to get to. Next book. Gifted. Okay, so this is gonna have to be a book that someone bought for me. Okay, let's see. I don't know if any of these books people have bought me on this cart. Did anyone buy me these books? There is one on here that someone bought for me. My sister bought me this book for my birthday. Once You're Mine by Morgan Bridges. So this is the only one that I can choose because it's the only one that got gifted to me. Really? People need to buy me more books. I'm just kidding. This one sounds a lot like Haunting Adeline, honestly. We've got the Tormentor and the Target. She needs Hayden Bennett's help, and it says what was supposed to be a simple transaction turns into something else, something intense. He's always there when I need him, but I don't know if trusting him is a good idea. And Hayden kind of says, you know, I was obsessed. I watched her. I followed her. It only deepened my need to possess her. Once she's mine, I'm never letting her go. So obviously you kind of know the vibe, dark romance. That might be a fun change of pace, honestly. And it looks pretty short. So, you know what? Let's add it. I mean, that's the only one we can add. So let's go ahead. Next. This is so fun. Blind pick. In my head, I was just gonna close my eyes and just do that. Okay, I'll try to not think about it too much. What's this? Oh, I try not to think about it. Okay, I felt like that was really anticlimactic. Like it wasn't really fun to watch. You know, I did want to read this, so I'm down. But yeah, this is the second book to the Magnolia Parks series. So I'm really excited to get to it. And I think this will also be really, really fun to read. These books are really fun in the way that they're so toxic and so much drama. Last book, potentially last book. I may end up choosing more, I don't know. Because we got book lists to think about. Oh. Sci-fi. Sci-fi? Sci-fi? We only got 2. We only got 2 sci-fi books. Red Rising and Project Hail Mary. So Red Rising by Pierce Brown, it says, his wife taken, his people enslaved, driven by longing for justice and the memory of lost love. Dario will stop at nothing to bring down his enemies, even if he must become one of them to do so. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. It says, a lone astronaut, an impossible mission, an ally he never imagined. I think right away I'm gonna choose Project Hail Mary for 2 reasons. One, it's going to be a movie, and I think that'll be really cool, but also I don't think this is a series. This is a series, okay? I don't really want to get into a series right now, and I know that I want to read Red Rising at some point. I mean, that's why I bought it, because I wanted to get into sci-fi and see if I would like it, but I don't really want to do that right now. So we're gonna go with Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And because I'm having so much fun, guys, and it's Bookmas, should I choose one more? Let's choose one more, because we have Bookmas. That's gonna be my reasoning, because of Bookmas. I just need ideas. Ow, my foot is asleep. Book with a quest. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. Book with a quest. Isn't that a lot of them? Because they're all on a quest to do something. What about Empire of Flame and Thorns? So this one has trials. This one doesn't really give me a quest vibes. What about a Dawn of Onyx? A quest. A quest. A quest. What about this one? Wait. A quest. Am I overthinking this? A quest, huh? What about One Dark Window? Ah! This one, sorry, I got really excited. Listen to this. Listen to this. Thrust into a world of shadow and deception, she joins a dangerous quest to cure a blunder of the dark magic infecting it. There we go. One Dark Window. Bam. I want to choose one more. I'm going to choose one more. Make it an even 10, okay? So I can have options. Sorry. Mystery, thriller, horror. Okay, what do we have here? We have The Maidens, we have The Institute, we have 5 Total Ooh, I've actually been wanting to read that. We have 20 Years Later, we have None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, we have Then She's Gone by Lisa Jewell. Honestly, let me see this. But as their trip begins, Myra discovers her fellow travelers aren't friends like she thought. They're total strangers, and every one of them seems to be hiding something dangerous. Soon, Myra is in a panic. The roads have gone from slippery to terrifying. People's belongings are mysteriously disappearing. Someone in the car is clearly lying, and Myra begins to suspect that one of them is sabotaging the trip. If she wants to make it home alive, she'll need to uncover the truth about these strangers before this nightmare drive turns fatal. That sounds really fun though. And this is by an author I've never heard of, Natalie D. Richards. I know that I have The Institute on my fall TBR, but I already have so many big books. And I know that I chose 10, but I have so many big books. I need a small one. This might be good towards the end of November too, because she's traveling home for the holidays. So they probably talk about Christmas and stuff. That might be fun. And I've had this book for so long. I literally think I've had this book for years. I think I'm gonna choose this, 5 Total Strangers, because it seems really cool. Wow, okay. We had 10 books. Okay, so here are all the books that are on my November TBR. I went a little crazy. Okay, so in no particular order, obviously, the first book on my November TBR is Quicksilver, which is going to be read on my Kindle. 5 Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. Once You're Mine by Morgan Bridges. The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia. Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. And lastly, Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. Hopefully I can finish this. I literally got to page 65. So yeah. Anyways, guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And I am going to try and read most of these, especially with Bookmas coming up. And just keep in mind that videos might be a little more absent this month. Obviously, I have my September and October wrap up coming up that I'm really excited to do. But anyways, guys, that is the end of today's video, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see any reading vlogs of these books, and also be sure to follow me on Goodreads, on Instagram. I post on Instagram fairly frequently. I'm trying, and also on Goodreads where you can keep up with me and see what I'm reading and all that fun stuff. But anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!